Could it actually happen? Alberta calling it quits with Canada after a 120-year-long marriage? Most Albertans apparently think so, even if they don't want it.
We're looking at a majority of people who are right now looking at Alberta separation as an issue that is real. It's certainly different from what we see in other parts of the country where the numbers are lower. We don't see any other part of Canada where we reach such a high number of people who say this is a real possibility.
Mario Canseco asked 1,200 Canadians who had just voted to think about the effect a Liberal win could have in provinces where most people vote Conservative, Alberta in particular. The pollster found 65% of Canadians don't want Alberta to leave. 64% of Albertans say the same. However, he also found that 58% of Albertans think separation is a real possibility, and 28% of voters in the province would welcome it. So why would a majority of Albertans think separation could happen if only a minority actually wanted to? I mean, there's always been an element at the fringes with an appetite for the idea. What's changed? Well, in recent months, Trump's talk of a 51st state has normalized a new challenge to Confederation. And then domestically, those who've been keeping an eye on this stuff for decades have been warning that the idea of Alberta separating is not feeling as fringy as it used to.
There's a danger that if the Carney Liberals are returned to office, you're going to trigger a secession-type movement.
Since the Carney Liberals were returned to office, organizers of a push for a referendum on the question of secession tell CBC News they've seen a surge in interest. So much so, the group thinks it'll be no problem securing the number of signatures needed to trigger a vote, in part because Danielle Smith is making that easier by lowering the threshold for a referendum, something she announced the day after the election.
Do you support the efforts to hold a referendum on Alberta separating from Canada?
I support the process of citizens being able to choose an issue that they care about and then being able to get enough signatures to put it to the people.
Citizens who want a separate Alberta are now calling for it outside the legislature, and Canseco is drawing a straight line from that directly to the Premier.
I think it is a factor because it lends more credibility to the cause than it's ever had before.
Smith has said she wants Alberta to remain in Canada. What she hasn't said is whether she would honor a referendum that somehow resulted in a yes vote.